Hey everyone, it is your girl Mel. I wanted to come to you with a quick message. This message just came to me for so many reasons, but mostly because I just got off of a call where someone was giving me accolades, and it was actually nice and refreshing. But my message is about it's not where you start, it's how you finish. I'm sure you all have heard that before, but I just want to give everyone a reminder. But before I do that, Happy New Year, everyone. It's my first video of the year. And also, I want to say go dogs because the dogs came out on top and we won the national championship. I am still recovering, so my voice is a little scratchy still at the moment because I was screaming and cheering for those dogs on Monday. All right, so it's not where you start, it's how you finish. So I was in a meeting today, they were giving me accolades because yesterday I was leading a meeting that had like close to 70 managers on it. And it was my first time leading the meeting. I just recently got promoted into this manager role. So this was with my new job duties, this was the first time having to do this presentation. I was a little bit nervous, but not too nervous, right? But we get into the call, which is supposed to be about 2 hours long. About 45 minutes into it, someone decides to hit a light pole or something in my neighborhood and it knocks out the power for hours. Like the power ended up not coming on for like 6 hours. So I'm in the middle of this presentation. I am the one who has pulled up the Zoom because it was a virtual presentation. I'm the one with the PowerPoint slides up. Everybody's looking at my screen and then boom, it's black. Luckily, it didn't knock everyone off of the actual Zoom call. So I couldn't see them anymore because my computer screen was completely black, but they couldn't see my presentation, any of that. So immediately I get on the phone with my teammates that were listening to the call and we tried to come up with a plan. So they put them on a 5-minute break. I had one of my teammates find my presentation and pull it up on the screen for everyone. And then I joined from my handy dandy phone, which is not the most ideal way to run a presentation if you're the facilitator of the presentation. Very challenging. However, I pulled out my phone. She had the PowerPoint. I could see the PowerPoint from my phone. So I just had to start talking again. I had about 5 minutes to get myself together. It was stressful. I didn't have my notes anymore because I usually have them up on my screen. So I have one screen where I could see the people and one screen with my notes. Now I had none of that. I had to wing it from the top of my head. But somehow I pulled it off. In my head, it didn't go off as beautifully as I hoped that it would. But here was the beauty of it all. So today on the call, again, now I'm with the Central Human Resources Management team. And the very first person they were saying, well, anybody have any update? And the first person that raised their hand said, well, I don't have any updates, but I just want to give a shout out to the learning team. That's my team. And they said, because Melody was leading our sponsors orientation yesterday, which is kicking off the programs for the year. And in the middle of it all, she lost power. But you would never know it. She picked up as if nothing ever happened. And we got such good information. It was such a great session. And she was just really appreciative and thanking me for being able to pull that off despite the power going off in the middle of my presentation. She said, anybody else probably would have choked in that moment and said, we need to reschedule this, but they picked it up and made it seem seamless. And I was like, never thought about it that way because I was sweating because I was so stressed out. I had all of these director level and above people staring at me, trying to figure out what's happening next, but we made it happen. So it wasn't like the struggle that happened in the middle of it. It wasn't how I started the presentation. It wasn't about that struggle, that barrier I had. It's about what did I do to pick up the ball and keep moving. And that's what I want to say for you all. Here's what happens. I don't care if you do good. I don't care if you do bad. I don't care if you do nothing at all. People are going to talk. I had to finally get over this. It doesn't matter what people say about you. Live your life the way you live your life. Don't live my life. Don't live anyone else's life. Live your life for you and don't worry about the chatter because people have something to say whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, or whether you're doing nothing at all. Let them talk. The other day, I went out with a group of friends and somebody sat next to me and said, you know, I've had people say, well, Melody used to have this and Melody used to have that. Why would she let all of that go? And my whole thought is, why in the heck does anybody care about what I let go? You don't have to live this life. So why does that matter to you? So because it doesn't matter to you, what your opinion is of me doesn't matter to me because you don't have to live this life and I'm not living it with you. I don't even know who these people are most of the time. I'm not worried about what people have to say about how I live my life. I'm going to live my life the way I do. And when I do come across struggles and I might have to take a step back, every time I've had to take a few steps back, I've been propelled so much further afterwards. So don't worry about what people have to say. They say, oh, I don't know who that person thinks they are. I remember where they worked at when they worked at so and so, so and so. I remember that they've been divorced twice. I remember that they were incarcerated. Who cares what these people have to say? You have to live your life for yourself, and no one can determine that but you and the God that we serve, not what these people have to say. And no roadblock can keep you from where you're going. Nothing can keep you from that but yourself. Do not let these people tell you otherwise. Life is not perfect, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm perfect. I love where my life is now. It's beautiful. I'm about to get married soon. I just got my promotion. I'm doing stuff that I love for an organization that I love that impacts the world. We're saving lives around the world at Emory, and I just feel really good about what I'm doing now. Have there been some real struggles? Yes. Did I kind of do things maybe backwards and not the easiest way? Yes. Do I regret any of it? Absolutely not. All of the struggle helped create the person I am now, helped build me up. I'm so much stronger now because I had to go through some things. I'm so much stronger now because people had to talk about me. That's good because I had to learn that resilience. I had to learn that because when I'm teaching my classes, I have people in class that don't want to be there. They're looking like, what's this problem? But guess what? It doesn't faze me because I know I came here to deliver something. You're not going to keep me from what I have to deliver. And that's how I want you to treat your world. Do not let these people keep you from what you have to deliver to this world. And you deliver it in your way and in your style. No one is expected to be me, and I'm not trying to be somebody else. I can only be who I am. And that's all that we can expect of each other. So don't worry about where you've been. You don't even have to worry about where you are now. What you're trying to do is achieve your peace of mind, achieve what success looks like to you, achieve what's going to make you happy in this short life that we have. And you're going to let everything else drop off. So when you're now moving along and the power knocks things out, that's not going to keep you from getting back on that call and making it happen. Might not have started exactly how you wanted. You had those roadblocks all along, but you're going to get back in it and make it happen. We're going to finish, and we're going to finish our way and nobody else's way. That's my message. First thing, 2022. Stop listening to the chatter. Stop listening to the chatter inside your head as well. Block all that out and do what's best for you in this moment. Try to find your own peace. Try to find your own happiness. And guess what? In the end, you are all winners, like my bulldogs. We can all be winners in the end. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm coming back to you in probably in about a month. I want to do a video about a month, once every month, maybe more, depending on what pops up in my life that makes me want to give people a message. This year is about inspiring others. I don't want you to be dragged down by the world because the world is hard. And I don't want you definitely to be dragged down by people because they're petty and they're messy. Let that go and focus on you. Love you all. See you soon.